Okay, YouTubers. This is the project 75 Riviera, one owner car from Montana. Got the dog leg repaired a little bit here last time. Got some of this floor area fixed. It was pretty rotted out. You can see I still have to take care of the rockers and all that good stuff. Inside, she's stripped out. Interior is actually really good. New foot panel, taking care of that. Motor. This is out of a 80 Vanagon. Everything from the 75 bolted up pretty clean, except for heater boxes. I had to put 79 heater boxes on it. Got the tubes to match. We're going to swap out some of the tin. I'm not sure about this piece, that's the passenger side, but these bottom tins are different than the 75, so that's what's going to fit for those. Today's project is doing some repair back here. We are gonna chop out that battery tray. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna chop the whole thing out actually. I think what I'm gonna do is I've got some holes you can see in the middle there. Take care of that. We're gonna get the firewall reinstalled. We're gonna repair this battery tray over here, get that cleaned up, and then inside the rear valance. That's the project here. Let's get a light over there. So the rear valance I can order for about 150 bucks, but I'm gonna try and rebuild it. I got some new 14 gauge steel. We're gonna try and get that cleaned up. And then on this side, you can see I had to start to rebuild that pillar. It's a little ugly. We're gonna get it cleaned up, get it treated. Some rust and stuff. I've got a couple kinds of rust stuff here. I'm gonna focus on using. I don't think I'm gonna get to the undercoat. This is kind of a wet rust preventer that we're gonna use, and then I'm gonna prime my pieces with the copper weld when they go in. On the front, let's see if I can take the light with me. On the front side, I didn't do that when I put some pieces in. Let's see under here. You can see this panel. I had to repair that outrigger. On the bottom, it was rusted, so I put a new strip in, folded it up the side, and got it cleaned up. I can still shoot some stuff down that hole, so I'm going to be able to get that primed. And then on the inside of the dog leg, you can see I had to rebuild this corner and get it taken care of. But I've got to get in, there's a drain hole I've got to drill in. On the front piece of this dog leg, you can see where that, on top, where it's real boogie, right there at the corner. That is pretty shoddy on the inside, so I may cut that back out and put a new piece in. That's where we're at. The real ugly stuff is on the other side. We can go around and look at it. Give you guys a quick view. Come on, light. Come with me, light. Okay, so daylight. Never a good sign to be able to see your tires through the floor, but that's just the way it is with these things. That side, you can see I took care of the holes in the floor. Drains are set up for the Westie. Interior floor isn't too bad. There's my firewall, that's got to go in. Stuff's got to get cleaned up. And then the front dog leg, you can see I got the same problem. Those pits in it go all the way up to the front. And I thought about buying the new outer step, but it's a lot more fun to just cut pieces out and weld them in place. What I'm really not thrilled about is up under here. So you can see that middle rocker is really shot. It looks really shot, but it's actually fairly stable. Up in here it looks real crappy, but and it definitely gets crappier the more I come forward. But it's not totally gone. And so I don't really want to have to blow it out to take care of it. The interior rocker, however, you can see, if it'll focus, is kind of shot. And what I'm concerned about is that up underneath, that comes all the way up back behind here and comes into the trough for the sliding door, which is behind that area. And the track for the sliding door is real crappy up in there. But it's not horrible the whole way down. I mean, it looks pretty bad on camera here, but it's actually a lot of dust. So I think I'm just gonna end up trying to build some supports in there and then buy the outside rocker and get it on. So I'd rather do that than have to rebuild the whole door. Anyway, that is the current project. Ooh, I hooked myself on the mirror. There's a few other fuzzy details. The mirrors were cool. They were these really cool. I left the passenger side one on. You can see they're kind of cool tall boy mirrors. Focus, come on, camera. And they look pretty cool, but when they were installed, yeah, sheet metal screws, which stripped out and then were re-drilled. So I've got to fix that because it's just leaking on the outside of the door. Windshield repair. I don't think, there's a couple spots that are pretty bad, but I don't think I'm going to have to cut and repaste it. I think I'm going to be able to rust mort and treat it. Anyway, I'm going to weld these up. When I get into the door, I'm going to replace, I got into this project really before I knew what I was doing. We're going to replace this weather stripping here because water coming down the windows into that door is not good. So there's my new piece of 14 gauge. You can see the 16 gauge back there that I'm working with. I got a little Lincoln welder, grinder, good stuff. So motor's about ready to go in. I just have to do some final tin adjustment, but I've got to build up the back end of that. Thing to get it. I got to build up the battery tray and get the valance fixed before I can go ahead and put the motor back in because I'm not going to be able to weld once that's done. Anyway, this is the bus. It's going to run again. She's a beaut. Thanks.